We call them Drippy Lip Auctions. That's our auction house name. And we actually have one I just announced today. We have one coming up on, I think it is the 26th, a Friday. Yes, Friday the 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Another auction to watch too. For a while there, I was watching a whole bunch, and I'm like, then it started to hurt my wallet, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
because
that's kind of
yeah.
Addicting in itself.
It is absolutely addicting. That's kind of why I did take a little bit of a break too. Give some of the customers a little bit of time to calm down because I feel like sometimes if you overflood it, people can't keep up. So I try to only do them monthly. And that way too, I can collect a good inventory and bring something unique to the table.
Yeah, it gives you time to go replenish your stock of bottles. Exactly.
It's also too you already have so many bottles. So here I am watching it, and I see I've already got so many totes fulls, and I'm like, do I really need another? Yes, I need this one.
That's too funny. So you were talking about your white whale or bucket list find for bottle digging. What about metal detecting? Any finds there that you would love to find?
Yeah. So luckily, I've already found a gold coin. So I got to scratch that off the bucket list.
Oh man, that's no fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was very fortunate to find a $1 gold piece. So that's already scratched off. So I think the top find would either be a cut piece of Spanish silver or a Revolutionary War belt or shoulder plate. I think that would be insane.
Those would both be awesome. Yeah, I haven't found the gold coin yet, and neither has Amanda, but I have found the cut Spanish real about 2 years ago. So that one I actually got to scratch off. But I'm still waiting, and I know Amanda's still waiting for that, that gold coin.
Keep digging. It'll happen when you least expect it.
Yep.
Someday.
So if you could, we've got some time for some more questions. So, we know you've gotten into the privies and the dumps and the metal detecting. What, have you had a creepy experience or found something that you thought was pretty creepy that out of the ordinary of things that you'd find or feel?
Yeah, so it was pretty early on in my bottle digging career. The homeless man and I got onto, I think it was our fourth privy ever. And it was only a little 4-foot deep wood-lined box. And started to dig it out, and I am a huge cat lover. I love cats. And unfortunately, we found a cat's burial. So I was pretty bummed about that. But we treated it with respect, put it into a bucket and everything like that, continued to dig the privy, and it ended up being one of the best privies that we dug. We dug a Drake's Plantation Bitters. I don't know if you know what that looks like.
Oh, gosh.
If you look them up online, they are so cool. They're like a figural bitters bottle. They look like a big plantation house.
I was going to say,
is that
the log cabin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
yeah.
That's so cool.
They are so cool. And at the time, I knew it was a good bottle, but I didn't realize, how rare it is to find those complete. So that was really cool. So I always said that was kind of like the Sphinx guarding the treasure.
Yep.
Yes, the bitters. She guarded it well, and like I said, we treated her with respect, put her back whenever we were finished, and it ended up all being good. She wasn't mad at us, so it worked out.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think I've come across that in a dump or anything.
Yeah, some of the bones that you find, they're a little questionable.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there's been some times where I've like, I better just throw that one and keep digging.
Yep, I have taken pictures and sent them and like, does this look like human? And press right back, cat, yeah, that looks, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I've often thought that too. It's a terrible feeling, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
wonder,
really is.
It really is. Well, I know we probably got a couple more questions before we close it down. You have one, Amanda?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to get into kind of our goofy questions because he is new to our show. Which one? Which one would you like to ask him?
Well, I'll take the. Let me. Do I want the superhero one, or do I? Let me take. Okay, so James. Let's see. If you could detect anywhere in the world, or treasure hunt, anywhere in the world, without any stipulations, any laws, anything like that, where would that be? Do you have a certain?
Probably. I know this is everyone's answer, but probably Gettysburg. I've always been fascinated with Gettysburg, and I was actually lucky enough to find a Civil War soldier's corps badge. He lived 2 houses down from where I grew up, and I found his corps badge and a couple of his other effects at the house, and the owner of the house was actually my high school history teacher. So I showed it to him, and
really?
I had no idea what it was at first. And so when I showed it to him, he was like, it said it was like a trefoil, almost like a 3-leaf clover, and it said 140 PV on it. And I was like, I'm finding. I showed it to him. I was like, I'm finding all this cool stuff, but I don't know what this is. And he was like, that's 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers. And I was like, wait, didn't the guy that lived here, didn't he fight in the Civil War? He was like, yeah, he was in the 140th Pennsylvania Volunteers. Like, oh my gosh.
That was his.
So I ended up doing some research on him, and here he carried a portfolio all throughout his service, and that portfolio, along with all of his wartime letters, as well as his family's wartime letters, were all donated to our local museum, and they were painstakingly transcribed, and so I got to read all of his wartime letters and everything. So,
oh man,
yeah, I was incredibly lucky to have that. So he actually fought in Gettysburg, and on the second day, he got shot in the face, and a bullet went through his cheek and then out like the side of his jaw, and he lost a couple pieces of his jaw and a couple teeth, but he ended up surviving. What? He was a POW for a while, and then ended up going to Pittsburgh, and his doctor was Dr. Wishart, and the street that goes right behind me, or right behind my parents' house, is Wishart Drive.
Oh my gosh.
All of the local history and stuff tied to that was just absolutely insane.
Holy cow. What a beautiful nugget of history right there. You know, war history right there. Wow.
Yeah, those kinds of finds don't come up very often where you can directly tie it to a person.
That is just amazing.
We were really lucky to find some other amazing stuff there. He actually talks about in one of his letters sending home his silver pocket watch because it had broken, and I found his silver pocket watch.
You found it
Yeah.
even after reading it in the letter? What did it look like? Does it have ornate or what is it?
It's pretty ornate. It's coin silver, like a dummy. My nickname for digging is the Hammer. I break stuff all the time. And like a huge dummy, I hit it with my shovel. But it's okay. I still could open it and check it all out. So yeah, I'm lucky to have it for sure. But we sifted through a bit of it too, and I found 2 snake buckles in there as well, along with a couple. Yeah, a couple pieces of gold, couple wax seal matrices.
Oh, that's cool.
A bunch of other stuff too.
God.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh man, Amanda, you ready to go dig a privy?
Yeah, yep, I've got a few.
Okay,
well, let me know.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We might be bugging you, James. Well,
that's okay.
It's been wonderful.
I'll be up there.
Okay. It's been wonderful having you on. We got one more last question. I'm going to let Amanda close that. And then before we do, though, I just wanted to mention, I mentioned it last week. So I uploaded my book again. There needed to be an adjustment on the spine, and I was able to make that today. So my book is still in review on Amazon, but hopefully it'll be live tomorrow. And next week, fingers crossed, if all goes well and it's live, we'll be giving away some copies. I'll try to get them sent to me, and I'll sign some. I've got so many people messaging me wanting signed copies. Unfortunately, because of travel and other stuff, I won't be able to just sit here and sign like 500 copies. So what I'll have to do is sign a few for us to give away here on the podcast. And then I will be signing some and giving them away on my YouTube channel. So be looking out for those giveaways if you would like a signed copy. Other than that, I'm sorry, I will not have time to just sit there and do all that. So what we'll have to do, if you want a signed copy, either win it or purchase one. And then I've got some upcoming events I'll be going to. Bring a copy, and I'll be happy to sign it for you. So anyway, after that, let's get on with our last question.
Yeah, our last question is a goofy question. We like it. It's fun. If you could be a superhero and have those superhero, superpowers while you're treasure hunting, who would you choose and why?
I think I would probably be Magneto. Now, he's an X-Men, villain, but he has the power to control, metal. So even though it'd kind of be cheating, it would still be fun to just rip it up out of the ground. Or at least, maybe after I've detected it and stuff and did my best and think I got everything, then take it all the rest out. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be very smart.
But if I could have any superpower ever, I would love to have the superpower to touch an object and then know all of the history up until that point, how it got to that point. That would be so cool. If we could, touch some of the artifacts that we find and know how it got directly to that point.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be epic right there. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I like that.
would be
We've never had that before. That is the coolest, I think. I want that power.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, we are out of time, and we really appreciate you being on here. Tell us again where they can find you. If they want to go watch some of your bottle digging or some of your auctions and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, thank you again so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. I had a blast. You guys are the best. But you can find our videos on the Copper Poppers on YouTube. Like I said, we have another live auction starting on the 28th the 26th at 8 o'clock. I'll be putting up an auction preview